Hi there, and welcome to today's video about how to raise baby chicks. My name is Mayant Van Eidert. I am here with you every day for the next 16 weeks showing you how to raise baby chicks from day olds until they're healthy layers. I'm also the founder of the website Pampered Chicken Mama, and we have a line of layer feeds, herbal treats for backyard chickens, and Chick Starter, which is the inspiration for this video series. Now, I thought a really good topic for today's video would be, why do baby chicks cheep so loudly? So when you have day olds, or even like up until they're like, 16 weeks even, you might notice that your baby chicks cheep very loudly, and you're not really sure exactly what the problem is or why they're cheeping so loudly. You just know that they seem kind of distressed, and you're not really sure what to do about it. So I thought that that would be a great topic to address in this video. Now, when it comes to chickens and baby chicks, there's really only a few reasons why they cheep loudly. And we'll just kind of like knock them out one by one here. So the reasons basically are that they're hungry, they are thirsty, they're cold, or they're scared. There's really only like 4 reasons in my experience why baby chicks cheep so loudly. So number 1 is they're hungry. Ask yourself, if they're cheeping loudly, do they have Chick Starter? Can they get to it, right? So sometimes even I screw up and I put their food in a bowl that's not easy for day olds to get to. And I have to go look at their brooder and just double check. And if I have done that, I fix it, right? You can use one of those long chick feeders that they use, or you can use the mason jar feeder. We talked in another video about what feeders to use. Or you can just use like an empty plastic container or a bowl from your house. What really matters is just that they can get into the feeder and get to the food. If you're not feeding an 18% Chick Starter and they're constantly cheeping loudly, I would then look also at your food. Is your food giving them the right dietary nutrients that they need in order to grow? Is it giving them enough protein? We talked in another video about what to feed baby chicks and why it's so critical to feed them a really good commercial Chick Starter, or even like just a high protein Chick Starter. So that's reason number 1. They're hungry and you need to fix it. Now reason number 2 is that they're thirsty. Again, do they have access to water? Is the water, can they get to the water, right? So do they have water? Can they get to the water? If neither of those are the case, then you gotta give the chickens water, right? But that's another common reason why chicks cheep so loudly. So if you're wondering what the cheep sounds like, it's a very sort of shrill, high, loud cheep. It's very insistent. It's not the same as like the sort of like their happy little chirps, oh, I'm a chicken and I'm walking around kind of chirps, right? These are very loud and insistent chirps. So if they don't have food, if they don't have water, those are 2 top reasons that they'll chirp. Reason number 3 is that they're cold. So is their brooder the correct temperature? We talked in another video about what the correct temperature is, but if it's not warm enough, even if you think it's warm enough, if it's not warm enough, they'll start cheeping and they'll let you know. Animals don't really lie, and chickens certainly don't really lie. Now the 4th reason why you'll hear loud cheeping is that they're lost or they're lonely and they don't know where the rest of their flock is. So it's really kind of an I'm lonely cheep. And the trick here is that none of these cheeps really sound that different. Like there's not really, at least in my experience, one cheep for I'm lonely, one cheep for I'm hungry, one cheep for I'm thirsty. They're not like dogs where you can kind of, or even cats where you can kind of, there's a vocal range that will tell you kind of like what the animal's experiencing. But I found with baby chicks there really isn't that kind of distinction between I'm cold and I'm thirsty. So if they're lonely, it could be a number of different things. They can't see the other chicks, or they're around older chickens but they don't see other baby chicks. And basically, chickens are prey animals. They've evolved to sort of depend on a flock, a large number of flock members to keep them safe. So, and that's why they say you shouldn't really just have like 1 or 2 chickens. Having more than that helps the chickens be happier. It's not just a companion issue, it's an issue of making sure that they feel safe in their environment. And that's basically another reason why baby chicks can cheep loudly, is they don't know where everybody else in their flock is, and they're lonely and they're scared. Sometimes my baby chicks will wander off from the rest of the chicks. Let's just say we have them in like a larger pendant area, and suddenly they get lost in tall grass, lost being like, you know, they're 5 feet away, and they can't see everybody else, and they get scared, and then they start cheeping. And then as soon as I pick them up and I put them with the other chicks, the cheeping stops. So in my book, I think it's pretty simple to figure out why baby chicks are cheeping. It's a little bit like baby humans, where, you know, they're kind of only crying for a few reasons, especially if they're newborns. Either they're hungry, they're cold, they want comfort, they gotta burp, they gotta poop and they can't. It's sort of the same thing with chickens. Now, one bonus reason that I didn't think about before I started this video about why baby chicks cheep loudly is they don't feel good. Talking about the baby humans reminded me of this. Sometimes they just flat out don't feel good. So an example of this is if they, for whatever reason, aren't developing correctly. Maybe the brooder was too cold, maybe they just came out of the shell weaker than the other ones, and they're not feeling good, you'll start to hear them cheep loudly. In my book, this is the same kind of cheep as I'm cold and I'm hungry. And usually I think it's because they're cold, because if they're not feeling good, they have a harder time getting the body temperature up. So in this case, what you can do is put them in a brooder with a friend that is warmer than what the other chicks need, and kind of see if that helps resolve it. And that actually has helped us in a number of cases where we had chicks kind of making the I don't feel good cheep, and this is accompanied by things like them closing their eyes, them hunching over, and that's how I know that they're not feeling good, is it's all these sort of symptoms together, or all these characteristics and expressions together. That tells me that they're not feeling good. So we've gone ahead and put them in a separate brooder. We've increased the temperature. We put food and water in there. And then within 24 hours, they're fine and they're back with the regular flock and doing their own regular flock things. So that is actually a fifth reason why baby chicks sometimes cheep loudly. And it like I said, it's in my book, it's part of I'm cold, but it's a little bit different because I'm cold and I'm not feeling good because of some other reason. So that is today's video. We did talk about the reasons that baby chicks cheep loudly. I started off this video with 4 reasons, but now I got 5 reasons. Reason number 1 is that they're hungry. Reason number 2 is they're thirsty. Reason number 3 is they're cold. Reason number 4 is they're lost. And reason number 5 is they just don't feel good. I hope this video has helped kind of explain why baby chicks will cheep loudly and help you kind of decode some of those things that might be going on in your own brooder. If you've enjoyed this video, please go ahead and leave a comment below. You can also leave a comment below if you have a question about raising backyard chickens. Please do consider subscribing, and if you are watching this on YouTube, you can go ahead and click the notification bell to be notified about when I upload new videos about how to raise baby chicks, which will be every day for the next 16 weeks as I show you how to raise baby chicks from day olds into their healthy layers. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!